I'm Don Pollack, and I'm a painter. A lot of my process as a painter dives into a very traditional way of painting, but I also wanted to move it into a conceptual space. And for me, the way to condense this complex character was by doing book covers. So my project looks at that as a structure to hold all these disparate ideas together. And there's a series of 6 book covers that I designed and made Abraham Lincoln the author. Also accompany it with statements and quotes from Lincoln as the byline at the bottom. I knew that I wanted to get Lincoln's portrait in the series. And I also wanted to deal with the landscape somehow. And also the conflict of the first year of the Civil War. I also dealt with his portrait as a photograph as well as a painting. The painting is actually a construction that I made based on Gilbert Stuart's painting of Washington. Now, that famous painting of Washington was never completed. It's the reference we use for our dollar bill image of Washington. But to me, it was a perfect metaphor for Lincoln's unfinished civic work. And so the painting itself is a finished painting of an unfinished Lincoln painting. For me, I had to organize this conceptually as Lincoln 101, 102, and 103. The first part being, well, he was a flawed character, he made mistakes, so we take him off the shelf. He's not just a big stone figure in Washington, D.C. Well, then I read a little bit more and find out about this person, and I'm kind of amazed at the things that he was forced to do at the time when the country was tearing itself apart. And then it comes around to Lincoln 103, where I realized, well, that's why they lionized him and created a mythology of him. It's pretty an amazing person who seemed to be able to play the long game, foresee a lot of things, seemingly making the right decisions politically at the time. So to me, I hope to really convey the complexity of this figure and to really get people to maybe investigate even more about him, look at the books about him. I think he's probably one of the most written about historic figures in the history of our country, really.